Okay, in this video, this is another one of my projects. What I'm working on, I'm going to be installing the subwoofer right over here into a separate box. And right now I'm in the middle of taking the amplifier out of this one here, what it originally was in, because this can't fit in the truck. This can't fit in my truck that good, because it can't fit under the seats, and I want to make this sub over here available to be underneath the seats, so it's kind of out of the way and out of sight. So in this video I'm going to be taking the amplifier out, and then you'll see another video probably of me building the subwoofer box, what I'm making for that subwoofer down there. And this is just a simple 10-inch 200 watt sub. So let's start off by taking these screws out. I'm going to start off with this one, the middle one. Oh, my hand's getting in the way. Okay. Oops. Let's not do that with the screws. I'll put the screws up there. Okay, I got one screw out. Now let's get the other one. My hand is keeping on getting in the way of the camera though, which is not good. Okay, there we go. That screw is out. Now, take this screw out over here. Okay, there we go. And that is just my phone having a notification, or camera I should say. I don't know why. If you're wondering what that noise was, that was just a notification popping up on one of my other devices. I got that screw out. So we got 4 screws out, and we have a lot more to go. So now let's get this one out. And like I say, I do a lot of audio building stuff too. That's why you see all this stuff over here. See, I'm building on this here, and I'm still working and building on that right over here, and I'm also, and this is one of my completed projects right here, tuned box to 41 Hertz. So anyways, let's get back to this project down here. Like I say, I have a lot of projects that I'm working on. So let's continue. I have a couple more screws to get out. Okay, there we go. Now, I get this one out. Okay, so that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws already. So, I have 2 more screws, I think, and then the amplifier will come out. And by the way, this is not a 400 watt peak amplifier if you see it on there. It's not that. I already did a test on it, and the amplifier was clipping through the sub at only 17 watts. I mean 17 volts, which means this is not even a 200 watts amplifier when it says it's a 400 watt peak power amp. So yeah, there's a lot of suspicion going on there, because this amplifier isn't even 200 watts and it says it's rated for 400 watts peak. So I don't know why, because it is nowhere near 400 watts peak, because I can barely drive this tiny sub down here without clipping happening at low volumes. Okay, now the amplifier should come out. So I'm going to get a different tool this time to pop the amplifier out. So see you in a little bit. Okay, I got the tool now. So now I can just pop up the amplifier like that. There we go. And I'll put this up here. Now, there's the amplifier. Hold on. There's one more screw that needs to be taken out. No, I didn't notice this one. It's already half loose though. So, okay, there we go. We got it out. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Okay, we got the other screw out, as you can see. So now amplifier should come right out. And boom. There's the amplifier. And this thing looks very, very cheap. As you can see, this amplifier looks really cheap. It looks like we have three 300 caps here, capacitors. We have a humongous ass transformer here. And then we have, it looks like a plug that goes right to the sub wires. See? Looks like we have a plug right here. So looks like we have a plug right here that goes right to the sub wires right here. Why is that bent like that? There we go. This one too. See? Sub wires. And here's the plug. Right there. So, got the amplifier out. Now, let's hook up the sub. That's what I'm going to do right now. And then this side of the amplifier, as you can see, we got the high level output to the speakers, and then of course we have to hook up a second amplifier into here, which bypasses to these speakers here, so you can run more than one speaker besides just the sub that comes with this amplifier, which is still down there. So now let me get the sub hooked up. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna hook up the sub now. Here we go. Got the positive wire, which goes to the positive right here. There we go, positive is on. And then we have the negative, which goes onto the negative, which is right over here. I need to flip this, there we go. Now, let's get this plugged in. There we go. That's on there nice and snug. So is that. Okay. There you go, and by the way, this is a PSW 10 4 ohm 10-inch sub. So we got the sub hooked up to the amplifier now. So that's it for this. Now we're going to play some sound demos at low volume because it's kind of late at night right now. So I'm going to play sound demos at low volume. So let's do that. I'm gonna cut the scene here, then I'll be back when I have the stuff hooked up to play music, if I can do that. So, see you in a little bit. Okay, I have the amplifier here. As you can see, the red light is on, which means the amplifier is getting powered, and it's plugged into that over there. And of course I got, once again, my PC stuff up there. And let's get everything plugged in now. So we're going to plug this into there. Red goes into R. Not because the color red starts with R, it's because it's the right channel speaker and the hot side. And then then white. The black gets plugged into the white. Right there. There we go. Now this needs to get turned way down because it's nearly 1:16 in the morning right now. So yeah, this will probably be uploaded for tomorrow or something. So I'll turn this down to here. And now let's get this plugged into my Intel Core i5 Chromebook here. There you go. That's plugged in there. Now we need to have this turned all the way down. Not quite all the way down. There we go, about right there. Now we're going to be playing some music off of my playlist. Right down here. So let's power the sub on. Here we go. Sub is on. See how the light turns red and then green? That means it's on. So now, let's play this. Okay. Let me get this up. See, it's not too bad. By the way, this is the sub. And by the way, this was the sub that was hooked up in my truck before. And ignore that big, humongous dust cap thing right there. Ignore that humongous dust cap dent. That's from just moving the sub around. Got hit by something. I don't know what, but I just found that was dented. So then this. That's more mid-bass now. You can kind of hear the horns and stuff. And how to get that is set it to 140 hertz if you want mid-bass to come, well, if you want bass to come out of, because if you want bass to come out of this sub here, you will need to set this to 140 hertz. And if you want sub bass to come out of the sub, you want to set this down to 40 hertz. And if you listen, there's 40 hertz cutoff or crossover. There's 40 hertz crossover. You can barely hear anything. See? Then when I turn it to 140 hertz, now you can hear somewhat of the mid-range and treble, but not really. Now we'll do one more sound test here. There, see? And sub bass. You can still hear it because that is sub bass what I'm playing now. Now back to mid-range. Okay, let me not do that because I may cause some issues by cranking it up that high right there. So yeah, that's basically what this project is going to be. This will get installed into a new box. This amplifier will be beside the box right here. So this is going to be the end of this video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or of me building the actual box for that sub and then building a second box to put the amplifier in, because this will not fit in the box what I'm making because it's meant to go under the seat and this is too fat. As you can see, this is too fat. Let me not touch that because I could short out the amp. So I'm not going to do that. That's just me touching it. Okay, enough of messing around. So that's going to be on this video. And by the way, this amp would not fit in the box because if you look how fat it is, see, that won't fit in the box. And I really don't want to cut a second hole for this amplifier. So that's going to be on this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I already said that. So, somewhat decent amplifier, but great quality sub. 200 watts. 4K camera. I got 2 watts, 4K camera. Bye, guys. I'm out. This will be uploaded tomorrow or Monday. Bye, guys.